What up, everybody? It's the Chakra Doctor. Put your money where your mouth is. June 11th, 2022, Houston, Texas. All-day healing event from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Private sessions, group sessions, positive food, positive music, positive people. The link is in the description of this video, and you can call the number in the flyer for more information.
Appreciate that.
So yeah. I'm sure you've seen a lot of major obstacles over your time, being a manager, mother for your son. Now you guys are dealing with a real huge one with this alleged, sending the pictures to the 13-year-old girl. Could you kind of get into that, what you can, for our audience?
I like it. Wait, say it again one time, because you were like so reluctant to say that. You just did not even want that to come out of your mouth. I like it. Wait,
like, damn.
Wait, say it one more time. I promise you I'm going to answer it. Go ahead, ask me one more time.
Yeah, so how do you how you guys dealing with this these allegations that came out right now? It was all over the news, all over the
allegation? I can't hear you. The allegation of what did we do?
right. I know you got through your guys' lawyer, you said you're going to fight this thing all the way. So share what you can with our audience.
Oh, I can share anything. You can ask me whatever you want. So let me tell you this, right? So I did not even realize that this person had been in Kyle's life for a long time. And just to give you a scenario, because people have always asked me, well, not people haven't asked me, like the trolls on the internet. Well, then if you knew this all along. No, I didn't know anything. But we used to live, I'm not sure if, people that know California, we used to live on a street called Vineland, and the intersection was Ventura. So Vineland and Ventura was our street. And there's a Ralph's, there's a Jamba Juice, and there is a Rite Aid that was right on the corner. And there was an apartment complex, which was our apartment complex, Archstone. And then there's a famous hotel. It's called the Beverly Garland Holiday Inn Hotel. It's a really famous hotel in California. It's one of the small boutique hotels, and it's on Vineland, the corner of Vineland and Ventura. The hotel was to the left. If you were going into the guard shack, the hotel was to the left. The apartment complex where we lived was in the middle. We were sandwiched in between the plaza. So obviously, when Kyle and Christopher was supposed to be going to Rite Aid or the Jamba Juice or the Ralph's, Kyle was going next door to the hotel, because that's where, when she would come to California, she would take him when he was younger, when he was under 18 years old. So it wasn't like it was something that was so obvious, that because he didn't drive, they didn't even get a driver's license before he was 18 years old. So he never drove anywhere without me or his dad. You know what I mean? And so it was weird, because we left California when he was 16, when he did Corey in the House. So when we finished with Corey in the House and we went back home, it was on his 16th. He had just turned 16 when we left California. So this was all underage. So that was how that scenario was able to play out, along with other times when we didn't live there. She's been to the set before. People have seen her on the set before of That's So Raven. So I don't know personally how long he's known her, but he does. He'll be able to, he knows more of that information than I do. But what's interesting about it was she started, her name is Kendra Andreas. She started extorting us February the 14th, 2019. So we got this demand extortion letter that was full of threats, and it included the Me Too movement. She said that she had the weight of the Me Too, through her attorneys, that she had the weight of the Me Too movement behind her, and that if we did not comply with her $1.5 million demand letter, that she was going to ruin Kyle's relationships. She was going to ruin his business relationships, and she was going to get him registered on a sex registry offender list if we didn't comply with her. So I gave her and her attorneys, things that I can't say here on this interview, but I stood my ground. from that day to this one, my story have not changed, not one bit. The facts, I drill Kyle like a drill sergeant, and worse than any defense attorney could ever do. I asked him, I need to know every single solitary thing about this whole situation. And every single time I asked him, he never wavered on his answer. In fact, he remembered more and more information. And then 2019, she, because I told her attorneys that she had been sleeping with him. That's how he knew her. He sent the picture to her because that's how he knew her. That's something that they had done before. That wasn't his first time doing that. She's 7 years older than him. And that's how he knows her. That's how he knows this woman. So that when she wanted to come to California, Kyle had a girlfriend. He has a new girlfriend. And when Kyle told her he was going to charge her to come and stay there. See, that's a whole thing about the whole complaint. Kyle never said anything to the girl by herself. He never invited the girl by herself. The mama was coming with her. She was coming there.
Mm-hmm.
The mom and the girl was going to stay there stay with Kyle. And when Kyle told the girl that she had to pay money, that's when she realized that she had lost her power over him. Because he never would have done that if she still had power over him. So that's when when he told her that's when she started extorting him out of the $1.5 million. Because at that point she realized that it was no more her superior over him. And then when she extorted us, when she sent the extortion letter, and then Kyle finally told what the deal was, she stopped pursuing. I mean, when I say her attorneys, they quit the case because they knew that they didn't have a case in the first place.
Wow.
Her attorneys quit the case. So she was left without an attorney because they can't put her on this. People don't realize that if an attorney know that you're lying, they cannot put you under oath. They can't put you on the stand knowing that you're going to perjure yourself. They cannot do that as attorneys. They have an ethical obligation that they cannot do that as attorneys. She's a liar. She lied. She tried to extort us, and then when it didn't work, and I will share this with you. What I found out is that anytime you go to a mediation, even if it's in writing or if you set it up, that to the courts and that to the public says that you're trying to hide something. So we never went to mediation with these people. We never talked settlements. We didn't do anything. I told them the way it was going to be from day one, and my story haven't changed. And then here we are 3 years later, the same accusation from the same person, now with more corruption and more lies, because she was lying from the beginning. She has more than one. Kyle has we have 6-7 phone numbers for her over the years of her being in touch with Kyle. Seattle phone numbers on our phone bill. Thank God the phones were in my name. Yeah. So I myself was able to pull her phone numbers from our phone records. So yeah. But nobody has talked to us. Nobody has asked us any questions. It's just that when these stories go, haywire, it's the only version that you have to go by is the version that the person tells first.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And so she's lying. She is lying. The girl, Kendra Andreas, is lying. The little girl has videos with her mom talking about DICKs and limp DICKs and all of that with her mom. Like they're not the most ethical. The mama is not an ethical person. She's been arrested several times. She's filed bankruptcy twice in 6 years. She was a stripper that she admitted to her stripper friends, bragging to her stripper friends. She used to work at this place called Deja Vu Strip Club in Seattle, Washington. She used to brag to her stripper friends how she was screwing Kyle on Disney Channel. She's gonna get that Disney money. Yeah, some of her stripper friends.
Wow.
Send it to me on Instagram in direct message. Yes, it's crazy. Like all of that stuff. And then, you go by and you look at these people and it's like, you girl, like everybody's not afraid of lies. We're not. You don't have anything to be afraid of when you're not telling when you're not a liar. When you tell them the truth is going to be the same no matter how many times you tell it. The girl is garbage. She's garbage. And then the guy, that the police officer over there, the sheriff, his name is Dan Arvidson. He says that he arrested Kyle on September the 24th, 2020. He did not. Kyle was in California filming the Millennials. There's a timestamp. He was filming the Millennials on the same date and time that the man said he arrested Kyle. Kyle has never been to Seattle. He's never been arrested before. Still to this day, he's never been arrested. He's never been fingerprinted. He's never taken a mugshot. They lying. And so she has to know the guy. The district attorney over there, the prosecutor, Dan Satterberg, he's been under investigation for nepotism. So he's had that position for years, and now he's all of a sudden not running for re-election. It's corruption everywhere. It's like those people, and I don't really care about nobody else's hustle. I don't care. I don't really care about it. But what I do care about is when you know that you've done something wrong and you know that you are a liar, just admit it and go on past it. Don't keep on dragging us in this system, in this web of lies when y'all know y'all corrupt. Dan Arvidson lied. He lied. He manufactured an arrest that did not happen. The prosecutor over there has been under investigation for nepotism, and he cut a deal to keep him to save his own ass, and then he didn't run for re-election. And it's like, but what about all the destruction that these people leave behind when they tell lies on people, and they just think that just because you're a black person or you're a black male, you don't have a support system or you don't have any money? That I don't think the justice system should be set up based on whether you got some money or not.
Right.
That police officer is corrupt as hockey sticks. He's lying. He's lying. He is lying. I turned him into the police accountability department, turned him into the sheriff, the Brady list. Like, he a liar. He's a liar. And you know why I can confidently say that? Because my son has not done anything wrong. He never did anything wrong in 2019 when the judge dismissed the case. We didn't talk. It wasn't because it was dropped. It wasn't because we talked to settlement. It wasn't because we went to mediation. The judge dismissed the case.
So
that's the reason why. And then she goes, and the reason that there are court dates that were quote unquote missed court dates was because that police officer created a crime that took place in Seattle, which never happened. And so that crime that was committed in Seattle is what generated court dates.
Right.
It was all based on his lie, based on what she told him. And then what was so fascinating about it was Dan Abrams, the featured legal analyst from Good Morning America, that's always on Good Morning America, the Dan Abrams guy. Mm-hmm. He did an article on Kyle's case in real time. It just got overshadowed by a lot of the blogs, but he did a brilliant piece on Kyle's case talking about how the Kendra Andreas girl lied on her statement to the detectives, how the detective lied on his affidavit to the district attorney. And then now we this spiraled out of control based on two liars. They have to know each other. Because it wouldn't make any sense as to why the sheriff, the detective would go out on a limb like that unless he know the girl. Because it was stupid. If you look back at the documents that were filed in real time that made it on national news, the documents clearly say that the girl said that her attorneys didn't file the case against Kyle in California, that her attorneys asked her to file, don't go to the police, and that her attorneys did not file the case in California. Well, we all know that's a lie because Kyle was on the news in 2019 for the case being filed. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? But because we don't pay attention to it, because in the beginning, everybody thought, they assumed that it was a different girl, or that it was his consequences had finally caught up to him from 2019. And neither one of those are true. She basically lied to the detectives to try to get what she wanted, because I gave her 2 middle fingers greased up pretty nicely. And I told her to go F herself. I'm not giving you shit. That's what I'm giving you, nothing. I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you. We ain't giving you no money. We're not giving you nothing. We ain't giving you no emails. We're not giving you nothing. You go back where you came from, and then you will. That's how we're gonna do this. And then I told her we'll see you in court. And then when we didn't see her in court, then now we back over, and she still haven't seen us in court because he hasn't done anything wrong. Kyle has not done anything wrong, and it's so sad how many people, especially black men, I just feel so bad because look at Chris Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown is a perfect example. Okay, so people may have their opinions about him, and whatever they are from things that he's done before or not, right? But the justice system says once you get finished with whatever your punishment would have been or whatever, that's done, right? So now when this girl comes now in real time and says that he raped her on the puppy's boat or whatever, she was basically setting the stage for her to sue everybody, right? Now, when he gets to tell his own story and he pulls out his phone, the girl is begging him for sex and asking him to come over.
Yeah.
But it was after she slandered his name.
Right.
So why not do this? So my whole advocacy is this. Why not, from the front side of these accusations, why not keep everybody Jane Doe and John Doe until after the full investigation, until after a jury has decided, or until after all the evidence is presented, after what they call discovery. And then if you want to put somebody's name out there, then maybe. But just because I go, what's your name in the red shirt?
Sam.
If I go down there to the police station and say, Sam touched me on my ass. I was doing an interview with him in the studio and he touched me on my ass and on my breast. That's all I need to get you hemmed up. That should be illegal. The bar should not be that low for me to be able to say Sam touched me on my ass and groped my breast, because at the time I was doing an interview with him. But the bar is just that low in order for me to hem you up, and it's a lie. That should be a crime. That should be a felony. That should be a crime. Because think about it. If I steal your car or if I damage your computer, your Apple computer right there, that computer is more than $500. That's a felony.
Yeah.
If I damage your computer for that's worth over $500, that's a felony. So why is it that it shouldn't be a felony when these women are accusing you of something, you losing more than $500 on your job? If that should be a felony because they're lying. And what I'm saying is it's one of those things where it could be an easy fix if somebody wanted to fix it.
Right.
Because it's too many people. Brian Banks, they weren't rich. They weren't celebrities. Marcus Dixon, they weren't rich. They weren't celebrities. They weren't in the NFL. They didn't have a NBA logo on them or NFL logo. They were two little black high school students that got falsely accused by two high school little girls. And then later find out that they were innocent. But why did they have to go to jail for something that they didn't do? Because nobody thought enough to look into their version of what happened. They only went by the girl. That should not be allowed.
We appreciate you sharing that. That's powerful beyond words to hear that from a woman with two sons.
Yes.
To say that, because obviously we know there's a lot of dirty people in this world and people do wrong, both male and female, but we never get that side to protect the males who are done wrong, not the ones who are doing wrong, done wrong.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. Do you know that there is a book? Because that's all I do every day. I research trying to save my kid. I'm just saving him, educating everybody and him too. And it's a lot of work. It's not an easy job. I'm telling you. There's a book that I came across the other day. It's called DAMN, DAMN, How to Destroy a Man Now. It's a lady that wrote a step-by-step book of how to successfully falsely accuse a successful man and get him removed from power. It's written down in a book. You can't find a black girl on earth that could be able to get away with that. And it's teaching a person how to commit a crime.
Yeah.
That should be illegal. I mean, it's a simple fix. And what's so fascinating about the darn book is 42% of the people that read it, which I'm going to go out on a very strong, firm limb and say it was women. Right. 42% of the women that read it liked it, gave it 5 stars. 50% of the women didn't like it and gave it 1 star, right? Okay, so that means that there is a need for change, because even though that it's only 8% gap in the people that did the rating, the 42 from 50, but that's a small margin, because that means that those women that are like that, they're sprinkled everywhere. They're all over the place. Mm-hmm. They're all over the place, and that should be illegal. That should be a felony. That should be, when you actually deliberately are going around telling lies on a man, and you know that he hasn't done anything illegal to you, and you're costing him more than $500. That should just it's an easy legislative piece of legislation to fix it. Because if they don't have any consequences, what's going to stop them from doing it? If you speed, you're going to get a speeding ticket. Mm-hmm. Depending on how fast you go, depends on how much you pay. Yep. Right? Yes. You rob a bank with a gun, it's armed robbery. If you don't have a gun, the consequences are it's simple fixes to all of this. It's just that whoever wants to fix it need to fix it, because it's bullshit. Basically, it's freaking bullshit, and it should be a crime. It should be Kyle has never even gotten a moving violation from a police officer before in his life. He's a good kid. He's a good person. And I'm not just saying that because he's mine. I'm saying that because it's the truth. Right. Like, I can confidently say that you will not find not a wardrobe person, not an extra, not a castmate, craft service, a fan. You're not going to find anybody to tell you anything negative about Kyle. I'm saying, like, in a negative character kind of way. Yes, he's not a perfect person. He's done stuff probably that I don't know or don't approve of, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. Smoke some weed or something like that because it's in California, but that's not my preference. But I'm just saying, but as far as his character, doing something illegal or immoral or disrespectful to somebody, that's not Kyle. Kyle is not that person. He's never been that person. He's never been that person. And this person that's accusing him got a garbage track record. Garbage. The girl got 2 open cases right now in King County where 2 financial lending institutions are suing her right now. Wow. Right now in King County. It's not even like it's somewhere else. She also has 4 cases all over 4 or 6 cases, I can't even remember, all over the state of Washington where she's the defendant, where somebody else is suing her. She's garbage. Her character is garbage. And it's public record. You just got to know where to go look for it. Yeah. But when you're filing Jane Doe, when you have the liberty and the leisure and the